Okay, so today we're doing solving two-step equations. A lot of people find this easier just because it's not anything new. It's just taking what we learned last week and putting it all together. So we have two steps, but you didn't see that one coming. Step one is to undo the number not directly attached to x. Okay, and we'll talk about what that means, but there's a number that's not directly attached to x, and we're going to undo that one first. And then the second thing is to undo the number directly attached to x. And then you're done. You've solved the equation. So by undo, remember I do the opposite of how it's attached. So let's just jump right in. How many examples do I have? Got a couple. 2x plus 3 equals 9. I'm always going to draw my line. Okay, so my first step is to undo the number not directly attached to x. Which number on this side, it has to be the side that has x on it, because we can't move 9 over because then that leaves nothing to solve for. Which number is not directly attached to x? It's going to be the 3. So it's added to x, but it's not directly right beside x. So I get rid of the 3 first. How do I get rid of a plus 3? I'm going to minus 3. What you do on one side, you do on both sides. So whenever that happens, that goes away, and I'm left with not x now, it's 2x on this side. And 9 minus 3 leaves me with 6. Now I undo the number directly attached to x. So now I can mess with the 2. How's the 2 and x attached? Multiplication. So how do I undo that? I divide. Okay, whenever I divide, that turns into 1. So I'm left with x equals 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, and then to check that, I can find my calculator. I can just plug it back into my original equation. So 2 times 3 plus 3 equals 9. So I know I did it correctly. Okay, let's do another one. Negative 2x minus 7 equals 3. What is my number not directly attached to x right now? The negative 7. How do I move a negative 7 over to the other side? I'm going to add it. What you do on one side, you always do on the other. Okay, that zeroes that out, leaving me with negative 2x on this side. 3 plus 7 is 10. Now I can deal with this negative 2. How do I undo a negative 2 that's attached to x right here? Through division. Make sure you put your division sign, because if you don't, you will subtract 2 instead of divide by negative 2. That turns to 1. I'm left with x equals a negative 5. Okay, I'm going to check just to make sure. So negative 2 times x, which is now negative 5, minus 7 equals 3. So I did it right. Okay, let's do one more of these. 4 plus 1/5 x equals negative 1. Which number is not directly attached to x? I always think of it as these two are attached to the hip, so it would be 4. Now how do I move 4 to the other side? To make it 0, I have to subtract it. Okay, that zeroes it out, and I'm left with 1/5 x, and then 2 negatives make a negative, and I add them, leaving me with negative 5 there. So now we did this on Thursday and Friday. How do I get rid of this fraction here? I can divide it, sure. There's an easier way though. I can multiply by its multiplicative inverse. Remember, what's the multiplicative inverse of 1/5? 5. Okay, what you do on one side, you do on the other. This cancels out, leaving me with just x. And then negative 5 times 5 is a negative 25. Okay, let's check my answer. So I got 4 plus 1/5 times a negative 25 equals negative 1. So my answer is correct. Okay, so we got a word problem to finish things out today. Sierra wants to buy CDs that each cost $14 and a DVD that cost $23. She has 65 bucks. How many CDs can she buy? Okay, she wants to spend all 65. How many CDs can she buy? So we have to set up an equation. What is my x? That's always the first thing we want to ask ourselves. What are we trying to find? We're trying to find how many CDs she can buy. So x would equal CDs. And how much do the CDs cost? They cost 14 bucks. So I'm going to do 14x. What else did she buy? She bought a DVD, so I have to add that to the cost. And then she has 65 bucks. Okay, so now we solve. Which number am I getting rid of first? 23. Zeros that out. So I'm 14x on this side. 65 minus 23 is 42. And then my last step is to divide. And I get 3. So she bought 3 CDs. Okay, that is it for the notes.